Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, as always told, I had a voice radio. So today, I am showing you Raikou from the upcoming Shining Legends coming out on October the 20th as its own set. Think Generations. What's really exciting about Raikou, though, is that earlier today, just today, when I was doing my Raichu GX video, I was thinking, if only we had an electric Pokemon like Yveltal. Well, now we do. It's Raikou. Now 120 HP is quite good, but as I've been saying in a bunch of videos lately, if Reshiram had 130 back in the black and white base set, why does Raikou have 120 years later? Boo! The weakness to fighting is a bit of an issue, partly because of cards like Drampa and Darkrai, because they're weak to fighting and are going to be good. Therefore, people are going to be playing fighting Pokemon to get rid of them. But a couple of people have said to me recently, hang on a second, Ross, there aren't any good fighting Pokemon around at the moment. Well, firstly, I'd say Lycanroc. But secondly, I'd say you're right. There isn't much. But we're getting Marshadow soon, and his ability to copy any Pokemon's attack from the discard pile. Basic Pokemon. And then, of course, this Lycanroc coming in Burning Shadows is really good. Actually, this Lycanroc in Burning Shadows does 60 damage for 1 energy to a basic, and will instantly KO a Raikou. So to be clear, ladies and gentlemen, fighting weakness is not a bad one to have right now, but will be very, very soon. As for your typing, electric type really isn't hitting much for weakness at the moment. Sorry about that. Little bit upsetting. The resistance to metal is good because, as I say in all my videos, resistance is always good. And the retreat cost of 2 is actually really annoying here because you've got a single energy setup attack. You don't want to be paying 2 energy to retreat Raikou. That's just a little bit annoying. But, you know, this is the way it goes. Now, the first attack on Raikou is really what we're looking for here. For 1 lightning energy, you get to do 30 damage and attach a lightning energy from your discard to one of your bench Pokemon. Now, this is kind of like Volcanion, who does 20 damage and attaches 1 to each of 2 bench Pokemon, but it's exactly like Yveltal, who does 30 damage and attaches 1 energy to one of your bench Pokemon. It is, essentially, and I'm sorry to break it down this simply, it's just an electric Yveltal. This is Oblivion Wing. But that's okay, because that's exactly what we want right now. Now, the 30 damage is kind of neither here nor there. I suppose, as a fun fact, with a Choice Band, it will actually get a 1-hit KO on a Shaymin for 1 energy. But firstly, Shaymin is seeing less play due to Tapu Lele at the moment. And secondly, by the time this comes out, Shaymin is going to have rotated anyway, so it's going to basically be a moot point. However, an extra 30 damage is still quite good. People are playing Tapu Koko at the moment as a Pokemon to just set up future attacks by doing 20 damage to everything. Raikou does that as well. You attack a Drampa and all of a sudden it's got 150 HP, or 120 if you had a Choice Band attached. Brings it down nicely into range. But really here, this attack is for the energy. So, there are 2 Pokemon that really benefit from this. First of all, Raikou. By which I mean the other Raikou. Now, this Raikou has seen a bit of play here and there. 50 damage plus 20 more for each lightning energy attached to it. Plus the ability that reduces damage done by 20. And of course, you can pop a Fighting Fury belt on Raikou. By which I mean either Raikou. They're both basics. But this Raikou's likely to rotate out, and to be honest, we can do better. Because earlier today, I did my video about Raichu GX. And I said that, although the first attack from Raichu is quite nice, pile a whole bunch of lightning energy on your board and smash, just like Darkrai, it's the second attack that I really, really like for Raichu GX. Raichu GX for free energy does 160 damage, and I explained in my video how this hits the numbers beautifully. Go check the link in the description to hear more about Raichu. I don't need to repeat myself here. The key is that it's a free energy attack, and we need a way to get the energy onto Raichu. And Raikou is a very, very good option, ladies and gentlemen. You do 30 damage, attach an energy to a Pikachu or a Raichu on the bench, and then you get going. That is why Raikou's going to see play. Now, I'm not saying there won't be other lightning Pokemon in the future. There may well be. But I'm saying that the logical partner here is Raichu GX. I really do think it's a great attacker. You just need to get some energy on. Now, there is a second attack for Raikou, but I really don't like it. 90 damage for free energy. What really upsets me is I said that this was basically like an electric Yveltal. And Yveltal's second attack does 100 damage. What's the difference between 90 and 100, you say? Other than 10 damage for the clever people in the back. It's the fact that you can't one-hit KO Marshadow GX. Marshadow GX is going to be the scourge of fighting weak Pokemon going forward. It's going to be so frustratingly annoying because it means that any deck can have a fighting type attacker. Well, 100 damage plus 30 for a Choice Band plus 20 for a Kukui does 150 and gets a one-hit KO on Marshadow GX. 90 damage plus a Choice Band, plus a Professor Kukui does 140 damage, and doesn't get a one-hit KO on Marshadow GX. And that's what I find most frustrating here about Raikou. If this second attack did 100, I'd really like it, because here's the deal. Marshadow is going to be coming and running through your Fighting Weak GX Pokemon. So, if you could go ahead and get a KO, a one-hit KO at that, on a GX, with a non-GX, i.e. you're taking 2 prizes, and then if they KO you back, you're only giving up 1, then that means that Marshadow KOing your 2 prize Pokemon really doesn't matter. But now you can't KO Marshadow with this attack, and that means that you're just so much worse off. Now, I know free energy plus a Choice Band plus a Kukui is a lot to ask for one attack, but the point is that you could use it, and that's what I find so frustrating. Now, that's Raikou, ladies and gentlemen. Good first attack, kind of rubbish second attack. It's going to be a good setup Pokemon, and I'm going to give him between 3 and 4 Wassies. But hold on, because there's something following in a minute which you're going to want to listen to. We don't give half Wassies, that would be barbaric. We do give sitting down Wassies. I like the idea of that as a half Wassie. I don't like the retreat, I don't like the second attack, but as a setup Pokemon for Raichu GX decks, I think it's really good, and honestly, between 3 and 4 could be a little bit harsh. But a lot of people have been asking me, Ross, now we got Raikou and Raichu, what do we play? How do we play it? This is only my opinion, but here's what I'm thinking. To get the energy out, don't use Magnezone Stage 2, too slow. Don't use Vikavolt, Stage 2, too slow. What you want to do is use Max Elixir, Lightning Energy, not double colourless, and then Raikou and Tapu Koko promo. Now, you could stick the GX Tapu Koko in. He's got a really good ability to get that lightning energy onto him, and he's not a bad attacker. But here, you can use Max Elixir, and your Pikachu's a basic, and Raikou's a basic, and Tapu Koko's a basic. Not to mention that Tapu Koko has free retreat, which is always a handy bonus. And there you've got your Max Elixirs. And now you've got your Raikou to get energy on the board. And I think that the best way to play Raichu is with Raikou, Max Elixir, promo Tapu Koko, and really relying on that second attack. Now, if you want some extra energy as a, quick, I need some energy, then I am all in favour here of using Electrode from Evolutions. I like Electrode. You have to give up a prize, and it's vulnerable to Enhanced Hammer because it's a special energy. So you've got to be careful here, ladies and gentlemen. You've got to be careful. But using it as a turn when you need the extra energy to get a KO with Raichu, I think is a good call. It's been a bit of a weird day for news, with Raichu coming out and then not knowing about Raikou until a little bit later. So we've had to, look at it as it goes. But my advice is this. Raichu with Koko, Raikou, and Max Elixir. That, I think, is going to be the good deck. If you want all the other options for Raichu, go watch me Raichu video. I don't want to repeat myself on that. But this, I think, is the best way to play it. As for Raikou, good setup Pokemon. Not a great attacker, not the focus of a deck, but playing a couple to set up Raichu GX? Oh my goodness, yes. Now, if you've got any thoughts on these new electric style decks, that's what the comment section is there for. Go nuts, be nice. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, make sure you like this video, follow me on Twitter at TheWossy, Twitch at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio, and if you want to support the channel, you can do so at patreon.com/PTCG Radio. The most important thing, as always, is to look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.